Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a haul video for you and I feel like it's been a really long time since I've done a haul, but I have a few coming up. Today's video is actually going to be a makeup slash beauty haul. I've done a little bit of shopping on PM Studio, also from Mecca Cosmetica, some new releases that they have had, and then I have a few other bits and pieces to show you as well. I will have a list of all the products that I mentioned as well as links in the description box below, and I'll include prices down there just in case I forget to mention it in the video. So make sure you check that out. All my social media links are there as well, and if you do enjoy this video, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out. But let's kick it off with a foundation. This is the Koh Gen Do Aqua foundation, something that's been on my wish list to try for the longest time. It has appeared in so many people's favorites videos as a holy grail foundation. I can see why. I can say from trying it, I can see why. I got the shade 213, which I think matches my skin quite well. It probably doesn't match my body quite at the moment because I have a bit of a tan, but I am wearing it today, and as you can see, it does blend in. I don't have any issues with that. I feel like it does adapt a little bit to your skin. It's quite a liquid foundation, like you apply it and it will sort of roll down the back of your hand if you let it, and it's so lightweight. It's probably a medium buildable coverage, but it's so hard to see on the skin. Like, I can get my magnifying mirror and it blends in. It doesn't look like you're wearing foundation, which is great if that's the look that you are going for. I'm really enjoying it. I believe this was 62 Australian dollars on the PM Studio website, which is the cheapest that I have seen it. You can also pick it up on Beautylish, but they're at 62 US dollars. So if you're in the US, definitely check out there. But for Australians with the conversion rate, PM Studio is cheaper. And then I've also seen it on the Sephora Australia website, but I think it's around the $90 mark there. So have a look, shop around depending on where you are, and if you do want to get your hands on it, I definitely think it's worth trying. PM Studio also recently started stocking the Makeup Forever Ultra HD concealers, which I've heard quite a bit about on YouTube so far, so I was definitely intrigued to try them out. I actually picked up two shades. There is a range of yellow based shades which are supposed to be more for your skin and for brightening, and then there's also a shade of pink based shades that are supposed to be for color correcting. So I got one of each. I got the shade Y23, which is the light medium yellow shade, so the second lightest yellow base shade, and then I got the shade R22, which is the light medium pink base shade, so again the second lightest version. Really cute little squeezable packaging there. It has kind of like a, oh my gosh, I can never get through a video without throwing something around. Excuse me one moment. Okay, we're back. It has like a little sort of rounded nib to it, I guess, so you could kind of apply it directly to the skin. Honestly, I tend to apply it a bit to my back of my hand and then just sort of dab it on with my finger or use a brush. I do tend to use the pink shade first to color correct, and then I'll go over the top with the yellow shade. I have also tried mixing them together, which also works really well if you just want to sort of reduce steps. They both do a good job of concealing. They do feel quite lightweight. I feel like you don't need a lot of the product. Overall, I do think they're a good concealer. I haven't had a chance to like truly put them to the test to see if they're like holy grail status, but my love of concealer is well documented, and of course I had to try them. I would say the one thing that I have found is that they're great for under the eyes, but if you put it right up underneath the like your lower lashes where you have those really thin lines, they will crease a little bit. So I tend to apply it more in this lower area here rather than right up under my lashes, or I just know that I'm going to have to sort of smooth it out a little bit and make sure I powder it straight away, otherwise it will crease on me. These eventually should be stocked in Sephora Australia as well if you want to be able to buy them in the store. I just haven't seen them in store yet or on the website. PM Studio also do have the Ultra HD foundation sticks. Haven't tried that yet because I really don't know what my foundation shade is in Makeup Forever. I haven't really had a chance to sort of work that out yet, but if you do want to try the Ultra HD foundation sticks, they are available on the PM Studio website. Okay, moving along to my little Mecca Cosmetica order. They have recently started stocking the Urban Decay and Gwen Stefani collaboration products, which Initially I was going to try and avoid, because even though I love Gwen Stefani and I loved the look of some of the products, I was just like, Rachael, you don't need to buy into another limited edition collection. You already have way too much makeup. But I saw some of the stuff and I thought I would try it. I picked up a couple of the lipsticks and one of the lip liners because, to be honest, I haven't actually tried any of the Urban Decay lip liners or like lipsticks before. So I thought this is a chance for me to try out that product range, but also pick up some of the products. I love the packaging. It's really, really cute with the gold foil and the white. The two lipsticks that I got, the first one is the shade Rock Steady, which is a deep burgundy kind of Rachael shade. I will say that this one definitely sways more red. It pulls more red on my lips, which I like because it's just a slight nuance, which means I don't have this exact color, even though I have very, very similar shades. Great, so creamy formula, highly pigmented. They have a slight sheen to them as well, like an almost a gloss finish. Feels very comfortable on the lips. The other shade that I got was more of a nude shade. This is called Ex-Girlfriend. And as you can see, it's that typical kind of nude, mauvey, pinky brown that everyone is loving, and I couldn't pass up. It's a shade that I wear a lot, particularly for work and day to day, so I thought I would definitely get some use out of it. Again, it has quite like a glossy finish to it. This is probably a little bit more sheer than Rock Steady, but still a gorgeous shade. It is what I'm wearing on my lips today, along with the corresponding lip liner, which is what I picked up. This is the 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil in the shade Ex-Girlfriend. So again, you have the limited edition packaging there. And then the shade is very, very similar, a little bit deeper and probably a little bit more opaque than the lipstick, but paired together, they work really well. Really nice kind of, everybody can pull it off, kind of everyday lip color. I already mentioned my love of concealers once in this video, and I'm gonna do it again. I've recently been seeing a bit about the Bareminerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer. So since I was on the website already making an order from Mecca, I thought I would add this to my cart as well. I got the shade Light. You do get 6 mils or 0.2 fluid ounces of product. It's quite a thin, kind of creamy consistency. It seems to be quite full coverage there, even just testing it on the back of my hand. I haven't had a chance to truly test out its powers underneath the eyes, which is where I tend to really test all of my concealers, but I'm looking forward to giving it a go, and I will definitely report back to you on how it wears for me. I have definitely been hearing good things, but so I have high hopes for that one from Bareminerals. The last item that I picked up from Mecca is another new release. These are the Ambient Strobe Lighting Powders from Hourglass. I got the shade Incandescent Strobe Lights. It is the same size to the Ambient Lighting Blushes. They're in the silver packaging as opposed to the golden shade. This one has quite a light kind of pinky tone to it. I do have it on my cheeks today as well, sort of down the center of my face, a little bit over my lip. I basically put it anywhere that I would put a highlight, and that's exactly how it works. This does give that slightly pink toned sheen to the skin. It's definitely more of a highlight than, say, the ambient lighting powders. You definitely get more of that iridescence to your skin, that catching of the light. I feel like I applied it with a precision kind of brush. I used the Luxe Powder Fusion brush from ZoEva, which gave a more concentrated application. I think you could also use these with like a really big fluffy brush all over the face at like the end of your makeup application as like a really glowy, almost finishing powder if you wanted to. It would probably disperse a little bit of that sheen. They do have a little bit of a shimmer to them, but it's not overly obvious. It is probably a little bit more subtle than a lot of your more traditional highlights. If you're looking for like Balm Mary Luminizer, that's not what you're getting here, but it's more of a sophisticated highlight. I would be interested in seeing if you've tried any of these, which was your favorite of the 4. Supposedly all 4 can be used on any skin tone or color. It's just really what type of light that you want to represent. So if you have a favorite, let me know, and maybe I will pick up some of the others in the future to try out. A little while back I did a small order of Rae Morris brushes because she was doing there was some kind of sale. I think it was like 10% off or 20% off because of a trade show that happened to be on that weekend. I can't remember where in the world it was, but I thought I would take advantage of the discount. The first brush that I picked up is the 6 Deluxe Pro Blender brush. I got this one particularly for, I was thinking blush. I also thought it would be nice for sort of powdering under the eyes or precision powdering around the face. Thought maybe you could also use it for contouring or something like that. I tend to, so far, have used it for blush and powder. You could also use it to really like sweep, I guess, like powder over your eyelids or something like that. Just a nice soft brush. I like the smaller brushes like this because I feel like, as opposed to some of my more large powder brushes and blush brushes, this just gives me that little bit more precision, and I can kind of control where I'm applying the product, particularly because I tend to be a little bit more naturally heavy-handed. I also got the number 1 Deluxe Kabuki brush, and I was kind of intrigued about this one. I wasn't really sure how it would compare to some of the other brushes that I have in kind of a similar style, and it is a little bit more tapered than, say, one of these ones. This is the Sigma Tapered Highlighter F35. You can see there it's a little bit more. I'd definitely say it's definitely a higher quality. You are paying more for this product, but again, I got this one, I thought, to potentially like buff powders into my skin. For like mineral powders. I also thought it would work well for blush or for a little bit of bronzer if I was kind of buffing that into my skin as well. So far I am really enjoying this one also. I just cleaned them, that's why they're clean. It was stained pink up until a little while ago, but liking that one. I also got the number 11 medium oval shadow brush. This is just a large kind of flat shader brush. It does have like a bit of flex to it. You can, I think, use it for sort of blending out edges if you want to use it sort of on the horizontal. I tend to use this for sort of applying like a light shade all over the lid as like my base color. I also have kind of used it for patting powder under the eyes. It works for that as well. Just a nice kind of versatile eye brush, a little bit bigger than some of my other ones, so it is nice for blending out larger areas there. And the last one that I picked up is the number 4 Square Kabuki brush. Teeny tiny little brush here, and I picked this one up mainly to try for contouring, and it does work really, really well for that. I don't really know what else I would potentially use this for. I guess you could use it to sort of sweep on blush or something like that, or powders, or maybe even just use it for highlighting the tops of the cheekbones. But for me, predominantly, I've been using this for contouring, and I have been enjoying this one for that purpose. Since we are on the topic of brushes, I thought I would show you some brushes that I was recently sent. This is a new set from ZoEva. It comes in this gorgeous like charcoal colored pouch here with the rose gold detailing. This is the Rose Gold Volume 3 set, and oh my lord, it is beautiful. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you may not have seen the photo that I posted of these, but they're full copper, not just the ferrule but the whole way down. It's a really, really nice versatile set as well. I'll show you the brushes that you get in the set. You get here the vegan face paintbrush, which is one that I've wanted for a while. I have the original version of the face paintbrush, but the natural hairs tend to splay a bit more, whereas these ones I think will sort of hold their shape a little bit better since they are synthetic. And I love this brush for contouring. It's what I use quite regularly. Really, really nice. So I'm happy to have the vegan version in my collection, and to have it be all rose gold is just stunning. You also get a fan brush here, great for highlighting. You get this brush, which I hadn't actually seen before. This is the 114 Luxe Face Focus brush, one that I didn't have, and it actually reminds me a lot of the Rae Morris Deluxe Pro Blender brush. As you can see there, quite a similar shape. The Rae Morris is a little bit more soft and flexible, but still both look like they work really, really well. This one comes to a little bit more of a point. I can definitely see me using this for a wide variety of uses: highlight, blush, powder. Yeah, you could probably even use it for contouring. Really, really nice brush there. This is the Defined Buffer 103 brush. So very similar to like kind of your flat top angled like foundation brush from Sigma. I have that, but I do not have the ZoEva version. This one definitely can be used to buff like liquid products into your skin, whether it be foundation, maybe even like something like a cream bronzer. This might work really well for that. Concealer Buffer 142 brush. I use this quite a bit for concealer under my eyes and concealer on my face. I have the original version from, I think it was the Rose Gold Volume 1 set, but this is just, it's beautiful. I can't say enough. This one is the 317 Wing Liner. Again, one that I have in my collection and use a lot for both liner but also for brows. You have your typical kind of flat shader brush. This is the Luxe Smoky Shader 234. And then to round it off, you have the 228 Luxe Crease brush, which is your nice sort of tapered fluffy brush. I love this one for blending product in the crease, for blending things out. You can sort of use a lighter hand because it does have that tapered point. You can be a little bit more precise and then buff out the product once you've gotten sort of the bulk of it off your brush. You could really do almost your whole face with this set, and it's all rose gold. Also released with that collection is a rose golden, it's the blush palette, which I was really excited about when I saw this. You get 3 cheek shades. There is like a contour color that's actually cool toned. Like all palettes that I've ever seen like this always seem to have like a bronzer or a warm tone. This is actually cool, and I can see this working really well for contouring. You also have a shade called Glowing Still, which is like your typical kind of slightly golden toned highlighter there. And then you have this shade down here, which is almost like a rose blush kind of. It could almost be a highlight, but I think I would use it as a blush topper to make your blush a little bit more of a like sheen to it, make it a little bit more shimmery. Look at that, just the reflect on it. It's so, so pretty. The powders are soft and definitely pigmented, so really nice little palette there from ZoEva, and thank you so much to ZoEva. I cannot wait to play around with those products. Both the brush set and the palette launch on the 29th of February, so if you're interested, get your hands on it then. I think it's absolutely stunning. All over the internet I've been seeing pictures of and hearing people talk about the Burberry Spring collection, particularly the limited edition white highlight that they have in that. And I really, really wanted it, but I wasn't able to get my hands on it. However, I recently watched a video by Tara, or Tara Babies here on YouTube. She has an amazing makeup collection, does some really great videos, and she swatched the highlight next to one of the Burberry eyeshadows and was basically saying that they were pretty much identical. Looking at the swatches, you really couldn't tell the difference, and I thought, well, since I can't get my hands on the highlight, why not I buy this eyeshadow and I can try it as both an eyeshadow and a highlight. So I ordered it from the Burberry Australia website, and I actually just got the gift wrap packaging because it was free and didn't cost anything, and I don't own anything from Burberry, so I thought, why not? And it comes like, even the invoice came in like a really fancy envelope. So this is my first Burberry makeup product. This is the Eye Color Wet and Dry Glow Shadow in the shade 001 Optic White. Oh, we've got the little what is it called, like velvet felt kind of little case there. Honestly, this stuff gives me the heebie-jeebies. It gives me goosebumps. But this is the eyeshadow. Isn't it so pretty? I love it, and I think it will be great as a highlight. Maybe I should pop a little bit on my cheeks. So pretty. It's so pretty. So if any of you out there are like me, really wanted to try that highlight, and weren't able to get your hands on it because it's sold out and it's limited edition, and then people are selling it on eBay for exorbitant prices, maybe try picking up the eyeshadow. This was 49 Australian dollars, and I will link to Tara's video in the description box below as well, so you can see the swatches side by side. But I'm really excited to have this one to play around with. You guys know me, I'm all about the highlight at the moment. So that is everything that I have for this beauty haul. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Let me know if you'd like to hear more about any of these products, whether you want to see them in a video or something like that. And other than that, I hope you guys are doing really, really well. My name is Rachel, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye!